All right, some of you guys already have this glued in, which is fine. Some of you do not. Remember, you're always putting notes and then your work that goes with those notes. So a lot of us yesterday just glued our homework or our work right in on the next page. That's fine for this situation, but moving forward, make sure that you have your notes glued in and you have your work glued in on the other side. If you have not labeled the pages but you have them glued in, it's multiplying fractions, guided notes. And that was from 9/22. All right, and that is where your notes are going to go from Friday. If you've already glued this in, just make sure it is titled. I just said that. If you've already glued this in, make sure it's titled. I'm not going to make you take off one side and put it back in. Just make sure that you title it correctly. All right, then on the other side, you can just write homework 9/22. And that is the work from Friday as well. All right, any questions about that? Thumbs up when you're ready. So you're just going to the next blank page. Okay, so if you've already glued it in, listen to my directions. If you've already glued it in, all you're doing is titling the top pages. If you've already titled the top pages, you're good to go. All right, thumbs up when you're ready and I can move on. Mason, are you done with your quiz? Okay, so now you need to do the next one. Come here so we can log into that one. All right, go ahead and turn to the next blank left page. Please title it Fraction Notes. And then that is going to be this sheet of paper. Alright, so our notes today are going to simply be kind of a review of what a fraction is. And then we're going to talk briefly again about GCF LCM. And we're going to talk briefly about how to compare fractions. Comparing fractions, you're using greater than, less than, equal to symbols. Okay, so if you have forgotten what those are, you'll remember hopefully once we get into this. Again, make sure you have a highlighter or something to highlight with. Doesn't have to be an actual highlighter, just have a different color. So a line can be divided into equal parts. So looking at this line right here, how many total parts do we have? So looking at this line, raise your hand. How many total parts do we have? Gabriel? No, we do not have one equal part. How many equal parts? So again, it says a line can be divided into equal parts. How many equal parts do we have on that line? Gracie? We have 4. All right, how many of those parts are shaded? Raise your hand. How many of those parts are shaded? Gabriel? 1. All right, so just add a little bit of color to that shade so you understand that that is a different color. So we have 1. So then if I wanted to write a fraction representing the total number of parts and the total number of shaded parts, what would my fraction be? Zachary? 1/4. All right, so numerator is your what number? The numerator is what number in your fraction? Your top number. Okay? Your denominator is what number? Like bottom number. All right, and what do we do with our numerator and our denominator? Do you actually know? Like, what operation is a fraction? It's kind of a trick question. What operation is a fraction? Silas? It is division. So you divide your numerator and your denominator. Does that make sense? Because like this one, we have 1 shaded out of 4. So we have 1/4. So we would, if we wanted to figure it out, we would divide 1 divided by 4. Okay? Would be 1/4, 25/100, any of that. All right. So over here, write as a fraction. So how would we write 3 divided by 4 as a fraction? And this kind of goes along with our delta math that we're doing right now too. So how do you think you'd write 3 divided by 4 as a fraction? 3/4. So 3/4. And I apologize for writing it with a slash. I legit write too big to fit it with a straight line. But this also can be 3/4. Okay? Yes? Question? Or you ready to do the next one? Okay, so the next one is 2 divided by 5. Kira? 2/5. So you have 2/5 or 2/5. All right, what about the last one? What about the last one? Angel? 7/9. So 7/9. 7/9. All right, a mixed number. And we're gonna go in depth a little bit more with mixed numbers. But a mixed number is what? What is a mixed number? Samantha, what do you think? Yes, essentially. Mixed number is a whole number with a fraction. Here, take this. There's that and this one. All right, so who would like to give me an example of a mixed number? Doesn't matter what that mixed number is. Let me get some new friends. BK. Okay. So 1 3/4. All right, what is another one? All right, what's another one? Kira. 5 6/10. 6/8. Do we want to leave it as a fraction that we can simplify? What could we turn 6/8 into? Okay, so you said 5 3/4. All right, what's another one? Let me get some new friends. Isaac, give me one. So 2 1/2. All right, one more. Molly? 8 2/3? Mm-hmm. All right, so an improper fraction, if a mixed number has a whole number with a fraction, an improper fraction, what do we think an improper fraction is? Please, please, please. Summer, what's an improper fraction? You said the bigger number is on top? All right, that is true. We're going to use a few math words instead of bigger number. Or on top, we're going to write the numerator. Yeah. So the numerator is, you can write larger, bigger, doesn't matter. Larger than the denominator. But yes, Summer, you are correct. The bigger number is on top. All right, who would like to give me an example of an improper fraction? I still have the same friends. Christian, what's an improper fraction? 36/8. All right, what's another one? I got the same friends. Ansley. 24/6. What'd you say, Silas? What'd you say? But I know you want to choose, but I need new friends. Mercedes, give me one, baby. Twelve thirds, perfect. 12/3. All right, Silas. 9/5. All right. Thumbs up when you have this done. I don't want to move too fast today. Again, this is a review for us, but it's an important review for us. Zachary, you should not be there. You should be having your thumb up, letting me know you're ready to move on. All right, at the bottom, it says reducing fractions. So we're dividing the number, or both numbers by the same number. We've been practicing this for like a week now, between the notes that we took last week. So I want you guys to do these 3 on your own at the bottom and stand up when you're done. So when you reduce a fraction, you divide it by the same number. So you have to divide the top and the bottom by the same number. Stand up when you're done with that. You what? I can't hear what you're saying there. Stand up or done? You're thinking too hard. So 3 and 6. What number goes into both 3 and 6? need to go to the bathroom? No. Guys, we're not going to the bathroom in the middle of instruction. We're not. All right. I think you guys are thinking too hard about this. So when we want to make, have a seat. When we want to make 3, 6 smaller, what number goes into 3 and 6? What number goes into both of those? Sincere. 3. So I'm going to divide. 3 divided by 3 gives me what? You can just call it out. 1. And 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. Do not think too hard about this. Okay? Like I said, we've been doing this since last week. All right, what about 2? What number goes into 2 and 10? 2 and 10, Silas. 2. So when I divide 2 divided by 2, I get, and 10 divided by 2, I get. All right, the next one. What goes into both 4 and 8? Reagan, 4. 4 divided by 4 gives me, and 8 divided by 4 gives me. All right. Everyone have that? All right, shift your paper over. And now we're going to talk about comparing fractions. Now, stop talking. This does get a little bit more difficult because we have to remember a skill that we haven't yet talked about. However, you guys should know how to compare using greater than, less than, and equal to. Silas, Lord, child. All right, so to compare fractions, we have to find a common what? What do you think? A common what? Gabriel. Not a common multiple, but you're close. Go ahead. Gabriel. Who? Division? No. No, Gracie. Not dividend. We're talking about fractions, guys. Talking about fractions. Angel. Yes, you have to find a common denominator. Which also has to do with, what other word did we talk about that has to do with common denominators? What skill? Answer that. Silas? Yes, GCF. So essentially you're finding GCF. All right? And then, so to compare fractions, find a common denominator by writing the factors of each denominator. Angel, baby, did you take the quiz from yesterday? You took the quiz from yesterday? Okay. All right, so we are going to compare 5, 6, and 3/4, and we have to figure out which one is greater. All right, so before we do this, stand up. Sorry, that should totally be multiple. Apparently, I'm thinking factors today. My bad. Nobody picked up on that? All right, stand up. If you don't even know what you're standing up for. Stand up if you think 5, 6 is greater than 3/4. So stand up if you think 5, 6 is greater than 3/4. This is just what you think. Okay, so you're standing if you think 5, 6 is greater than 3/4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Anybody else? All right, so we have 5 students that think 5, 6 is greater than 3/4. All right, have a seat. Stand up if you think 3/4 is greater than 5, 6. Okay. All right. You change? Yeah. Jump ship? All right. Stand up. Have a seat. Stand up if you're not sure. Because that's how, sometimes we don't know, right? And that's okay. So you're not sure if it's, which one is greater? That's fine. All right, anybody else on the not sure? All right, well, thank you for being brave and saying you're not sure, because I don't know either. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even know we were supposed to be finding multiples when, so I mean, clearly I don't know. You're kind of not sure? Okay, well, I'm glad you know the answer. You're going to help me out then. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is list the multiples for each denominator. So we have 6 and we have 4. Why do we have 6 and 4 and not 5 and 3? Just real quick. Why do we have 6 and 4 and not 5 and 3? Drake. Right, those are our denominator numbers. All right, so help me out with my multiples. Multiples, are we multiplying them together, or is it like repeated addition? All right, so we have 6, 12. Oh, I don't know how to do math anymore. What? Thank you. What comes next?
24.
And last.
30.
All right, so don't be rude. We have our first 5 multiples of 6. Raise your hand and tell me the first 5 multiples of 4. All right, Zachary.
4.
Okay.
8.
All right.
12.
All right. Can I stop? Can I stop? Can I stop based off of? Yeah, I can. Why can I stop right here? Zachary? Yes. You're like, rude, Miss Kenny? No. Yes, you are correct. So our common denominator is 12. All right, so now it says convert fractions with 12 as the new denominator for both. All right, so I'm going to put 12 down here, and I'm going to put 12 right here. Why did I put 12 on the bottom? Sincere. Speak loud, though. I have no idea what you're saying. Because the denominator is 12. Why? What did we just figure out? What did we just figure out? Did you say 12 is the common denominator? Yes. We just figured out that 12 is the common denominator, so that is correct. What do we multiply 6 by to get 12? What do we multiply 6 by to get 12? Ansley? 2. Which means I have to multiply the top by 2. So we have 10 twelfths. What do we multiply 4 by to get 12? Blake? 3. Which means I have to multiply the top by 3. So I have 9 twelfths. All right, so the question is, all right, so is 10 twelfths greater than 9 twelfths? Okay, so we're gonna write 10 twelfths is greater than 9 twelfths. So how many of you guys said 5, 6 was greater? Where's my 4 people? Well, it was 4. Well, it was 5, and then BK jumped ship. All right, so let me write Drake, Gracie, Christian, and Silas B. All right, you guys will get to pick where your extra credit goes. Okay? Shh, I'm not listening right now, obviously. All right, so if 10 twelfths is greater than 9 twelfths, why are we talking? What are we putting over here? So if 10 twelfths is greater than 9 twelfths, what are we saying over here? Gracie? All right. Last part, and GCF, again, this is something that we've talked about. These common denominators, multiples, is something we've talked about. If a number is a factor of 2 numbers, it is a common factor. The GCF of 2 numbers is the greatest number that is a factor of both numbers. All right, and they have it going this way, but I don't want to do it that way just because it's For me, it's going to be super sloppy. So I'm going to write my tall T right here. And then who would like to volunteer the factors for 18? Factors for 18. Christian. Okay. 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 Anything else? That's it. What about the factors for 24? Who would like to tell me those? Okay. Perfect. All right. Okay. Which one, now that we're looking at those, which ones are the same? Start with that. Which ones are the same? Blake? So 3 is the same. All right, what else is the same? Blake? What else is the same? There's one more. So we have 2, 3, and what's the last number that is the same in both of those? 6. Yep. All right, so which one is our greatest common factor? 2, 3, or 6? Summer. 6. All right. And that is our answer. Not right now. All right. Thumbs up when you have this copied down because I don't want to move too fast. All right, if you have this copied down, go ahead, fold it in half and glue it in on your note page. Stop talking. All right, once you have this glued in on your note page, I want you to turn the page and I want you to write fraction vocab. And today is 9/26. And grab this sheet of paper out. Okay? Huh? Glue the paper in and do what I asked. Yeah, so once you write fraction vocab, you're getting this sheet out. Silas, go to the bathroom very quickly, and Isaac, go to the bathroom very quickly. Make sure you take a pass, please. All right, now this is gonna be, it shouldn't be challenging, but it's probably gonna be challenging because we don't completely know how to listen. We really struggle with that. So the first thing you're doing is you're gonna cut along the dotted lines on both of these. Now, obviously on this side, you're just gonna have to cut along this solid line. So do that, and then stand up when you're done. All right, stand up once you have this cut out, please. Yes. Okay, there's a drawer in the back that says scissors. You can throw them away. If you are standing, you are not talking. If you are sitting, you are not talking. Just cut out and then stand up. If you want to throw your trash away, that is fine. Go ahead. Stop. All right, so obviously these are examples, vocabulary word, definitions, okay? The way that you are going to glue this in, I need everybody to watch very carefully. You are gluing the piece that has the 3 blanks at the bottom. That whole piece is getting glued down. So everybody glue that piece down. So it is getting glued completely down. All right, thumbs up when you have this glued in. You should be on the left side. Oh, sorry. I apologize, my bad. Going on. You're right. Thumbs up when you have this done. Now, at the top, there should be a space. There should be some extra space right here. It's okay. If there's not, it's fine. You're going to put just a strip of glue across the top, whether there's space or not, and you're going to glue this one on top of it. Okay? So then when you flip it up, you can still see the definitions on the bottom. So you're only putting a strip of glue across the top. If you're not sure, raise your hand and I will come and help you. All right, we should be done with this by now. Go ahead, turn the page. Now, you should be on the left side. You need to title the top of this Fraction Practice Task Cards. And again, today's date is 9/26. Now, I'm about to pass these out to each group. These bright pink task cards. You technically have 24 questions. All right, there are 24 different task cards on here. Now, these task cards are, to me, I feel like just kind of a, no, it's really simple. Like it's super.
Not easy to understand?
I think so, but I just want to make sure that we all understand. So if I'm looking at these task cards, like for number 1, it says, what describes one or more of a whole that is divided into equal parts? Well, if you look back at your notes, that's kind of the very first thing we talked about, right? So is it a fraction? Is it a numerator? Or is it a denominator? Silas, it is a fraction. So everybody, your number 1, your answer is fraction. Like, a lot of these are not going to be math. It's more of
Trivia.
just a review, thinking, getting your mind right. All right, so you have 24. You're going to get about 15 minutes. And then I'm going to allow you to start your homework in class, but your homework is on your iPad today. Hush. That's fine, you can have side lunch. Cool, not a problem. So slide over in your notebook, and you need to write homework 9/26. You will be doing your work from your homework in your notebook. So everybody get your iPad out, because I want to walk you guys through this so nobody can be like, oh, I didn't understand. I didn't know where I was supposed to be. I didn't know anything. Do not talk. Stand up when you get your iPad out and you're logged into Canvas. Stand up when you get your iPad out and you are logged into Canvas. All right, go to Tuesday, September 26th. So you're going to modules, you're going to Tuesday, September 26th. You're not going to the playlist, don't go anywhere else. You should see this on your screen. Like you should see like Tuesday, September 26th, agenda for today, blah, 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 blah. Thumbs up when you're there. Because again, I don't want to move too fast. I don't want you guys to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. If you cannot find it, please raise your hand. go through ClassLink for me. See if that works. All right. The key thing for you guys to see is this last sentence. This will be turned in on campus by Friday, the 29th. So you have till Friday to get this done. And this is going to be the very first assignment that you're going to turn in for me on campus. So you have the rest of the week to get this done. All right. Now, what you need to do when you click on converting improper fractions to mixed numbers, so everybody click on this, it is going to make you make a copy. If it doesn't, please raise your hand. So click on the converting improper, we're all doing this together. Did you get it? Okay. All right, anybody not see this screen on your iPad? Are you logged into ClassLink? Are you logged into NCED Cloud? It should be working. Because if you don't see this, it means you're not logged in some way, shape, or form. So you need to go in through ClassLink, go into campus, same thing. Huh? I can't hear what you're saying. Okay, so bring it here. Anybody else not see this screen? Your iPad does have internet. All right, go ahead. See where it says make a copy? Click make a copy. Now, if you read the directions, it says, instructions, convert the improper fractions to mixed numbers to reveal the mystery picture. So, hush. Let's say that I put in 1 2/5. See how it's giving me an X right now? So I already know this is, guys, why are you touching anything? Just look and pay attention. So this is telling me right now that my answer is going to be wrong. In your notebook, you are going to convert these. Does that make sense? So you're going to show your work. So how many of you guys are like, I forgot how to change an improper fraction to a mixed number? And that's okay. That's why I'm asking. See if it works now. So when you convert, and all of you guys write this in your notebook. I'm not going to take this screen off because I'm going to show you what it's like when you get the correct answer. So in your notebook, on your homework page, you're going to write number 1. We have 7/3. Does anybody remember how to convert a improper fraction to a mixed number? Okay. All right. When you are changing improper fractions to mixed numbers, you are dividing the numerator by the denominator. So we are all going to do 7 divided by 3. How many times can I multiply 3 by to get close to 7 without going over? Sincere. 2. So I'm going to do my 2, I'm going to do my subtraction, and I'm going to end up with 2 1/3. So we got our work. We showed our work for this question. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to put in the right answer. 2 1/3. Okay? And if I click off of it, I get a green check mark and it displays some of my picture. Does that make sense? But if I would have had the wrong answer, it would have kept that X on there and I know I did it wrong. You have to show your work for every problem. Does that make sense? So this is what you have to do for every single problem. Any questions? Anybody not understand? When is this due by? Friday. All right, so at this moment, close your iPads because we're not working on this. You are working on these task cards. I would like you to stay at your seat just because I don't have enough for everybody to move around the room. You're working independently on your task. Whoa, y'all right back there? You good? You're working independently on these task cards. Are you showing your work for these task cards? Yes. What sometimes is going to be the work? Just writing the answer. Most of them are going to be just writing the answers. When you're done with this, you may get started on the homework if you want, or depending on how much time we have left. Okay? Go ahead.